That day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for
Thank you. I was muted. Thank you all for being with me this afternoon. My name is Pinkie, and I have two channels. I'm going to carry this on, Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global. This is the latest information from the Nolan Wells case or death, depends on how you want to put it. This is the latest information. Today, it was his funeral. And let me just get rid of this right quick. Okay. Nolan Xavier Wells funeral is now behind us. Today at the Center Point Church in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Ocean Springs, Mississippi. It was this morning. Beautiful funeral and everything. A great homecoming. His mother and father look amazing. They held themselves together. I do have. I did go live with that this morning. So if you all want to get over to that and watch that, the funeral of Nolan Wells, please do so and hype the video. All right. But the funeral is now behind us. And today, the conversations is going to shift with the press conference, which was after the funeral. They did have a press conference after the funeral, and then the incident report finally being released. Okay, we're no longer dealing with any speculations at all. We're dealing with documented actions right now. Documented actions, timeline, and the official statements. This is the moment where the narrative stops being controlled by whispers and start being shaped by evidence. We're all about the evidence right now. Evidence and transparency. And if you've been following the case from the beginning, you already know the details matter. What someone says and what they do, that matters. The details, any little detail matters. The inconsistencies of some of the witnesses, the people that was there, matters. And the public deserves clarity. We all are tired of all the words, the talking, the chippy chatter, and all that. We want clarity right now. Okay, the um, the parents laid their son to rest today, and they want clarity now. They tired of all the bull. They just want to know what happened. What happened to their son? The last moments of his life. They want to know, and we want to know. Today, we're going to break down. Well, we did a lot of breakdown, but still, we're going to do the breakdown. Uh, although it's still emotional and everything, but it's about accountability right now, transparency, and the unanswered questions that remains from everyone that was there. His so-called friends. They was called his friends in my book. They may still be friends in your book, but I'm calling them the so-called friends right now. Okay? The so-called friends. Okay? Maybe that's a little harsh, but not to me. Okay? Not to me at all. Okay? Uh we want answers. We want the unanswered questions that remains even after the funeral, even after the press conference, even after the incident report is in hand. We want We want questions to be answered. We want accountability. We want everyone to be transparent. Okay? If not, we may have to drag it out of you. Okay? That's what the lawyers are here for, to drag it out of you. If you don't want to get it, come and be forthful and say the truth, tell the truth. If you had nothing to do with it, go ahead and say you had nothing to do with it. Okay? Okay. Oh my God. It's like pulling teeth from an elephant, trying to get the truth. And instead of giving the truth, they're going to line up with attorneys. They're going to seek counsel first. If you had nothing to do with it, why you're seeking counsel? You see what I'm saying? It's not adding up, not making any sense to me. But anyway, let's talk about this press conference. This press conference is going to have the parents, Nolan's parents, mother and father, being Crump. What's his name? I forgot. A few more people that was at the funeral and everything. What's his name? I forgot his name. It'll come to me. But anyway, who spoke, who didn't, and what the silence signals for people that didn't want to speak or say anything. What do that mean? That got to mean something. Key statements versus what was not addressed during his death, before his mom and dad had to do all the leg work of gathering everything, because they didn't get any help gathering anything from the officials, law enforcement. They had to do it themselves, and thank God they did. And they kept that phone. That was God in hand there, telling them to hold on to that phone, don't turn that phone over. Tone, the posture, and whether the messaging felt defensive, prepared, or reactive. Any contradictions between the press conference and earlier public statements. And talking about the accident reports, that accident report is going to give a timeline of events. What happened, when, who was involved. Critical details that reshape the public understanding of the case, and any red flags, inconsistencies, and I keep saying that word over and over, and missing information that some people decide to keep to themselves. Statements from the witness or responding officers. Oh, y'all going to have to do some backpedaling. I see it right now. It's just in my opinion, just my opinion all along. People are going to have to start doing some backpedaling. Yes, they are. Because evidence don't lie. The evidence don't lie. It's the people that decide to lie and withhold information. And if you're a public official, why are you holding information? Why are you protecting someone? So all of this is going to come to play sooner or later. Okay? Whether the reports align with what the family and community was told. Oh, I can't wait to see that day. The public reaction and the community impact. Let's talk about that. How the community is responding post-funeral. Social media. Let me tell you, we are on fire. If the mainstream media is not going to cover this case like it should be covered, that leaves the so-called detectives of social media. You know, social media is its own detectives. I'm serious. Social media can sniff out a lie in a heartbeat. They can find answers to things that the major news outlets refuse to even go down that path. I'm serious, because maybe they was given talking points on what to say and what not to say, and not to do certain things, and not to use your eyes and ears and your nose in your mouth. Keep all those, you stick your head in the sand and don't come out until I got something for you to say. Oh no, not social media, not on the internet. Mm-mm. No, no, no. You just get the detectives of social media. And I'm not saying they are licensed or anything or been to school for it or that's their profession. But I tell you, these people on social media know how to find answers to what's going on a case. If something happens, they know how to find the answers. And let me applaud them for that. Okay. And I'm part of that social media. Okay. Um, let's talk about the legal questions and stuff and procedures. Y'all know I'm just a housewife, and everything is alleged. What the report suggests about the next steps, whether the case appears closed or still evolving, and if one person said, I'm going to say it, ain't nothing to see here. It was an accidental drowning. The guy is a strong swimmer. Why is it when you're a black person, they love to say you drown when you can outswim any clear skinned person you know? That's just like they saying, I'm not gonna say it. Let me just be quiet. I'm gonna leave that to myself, okay? Whether the case appears close or still evolving, potential for additional investigations or review, any procedure issues that could become a problem later on. And I think we're gonna have a problem later on, okay? Because we're gonna watch 2 videos today. Where the story goes now. Let's see where this story goes now. The family, the parents of Nolan Xavier Wells have laid him to rest. Okay? He have been laid to rest. Now let's see where this story goes from now. Who the public is waiting to hear from. I know who I'm waiting to hear from. I'm not going to say no names. I'm just going to put their picture up here. Y'all know who I'm waiting to hear from. This is who I'm waiting to hear from. These 3 young men right here, right here, right there. Maybe y'all are not, but I am. I want to hear from them on his death because he didn't just die by himself. Somebody, to me, in my opinion, somebody had a hand in that. Somebody must have had a hand in this young man's death. He didn't just die by himself. Not saying that he's the only one died, but to me, just my opinion is allegedly, okay? Because I smell a rat right now, okay? And who the public is waiting to hear from is, like I said, those 3 men. And what documents or footage could still be released. People, so many people is out there. People have their cell phones on them 24 hours a day. You can't tell me that. They don't. And I know somebody out there got some footage and they just holding on to it. They just holding on to it. You can't tell me people don't have footage of this. Okay? What happened? Oh, or everybody act like they didn't see him. Oh, yeah, y'all saw this young man. Y'all know what happened to him. What documents or footage could still be released? Okay, I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. What the case isn't, why this case isn't over just because of the funeral. Why? Because we still asking questions. We still got questions, and those questions are not being answered. That's why this case is still going on. That's why this case is not over. The parents haven't learned exactly what happened to their son. The parents had to go get the keys, his car keys, and his cell phone. And thank the Lord, I must say, I'm glad the parents got that cell phone themselves in that car, his car keys, and got his car. Because with them not, oh Lord, no, thank the Lord for that. I tell you, I tell you, the Lord had his hand in this. Okay. Let's go ahead and go on to the press conference. This is not going to be a long video, but this is the press conference after the funeral. You can still see that they still have on their black dress. His mother, Christine, still have on a black dress. His father still have on his black suit. Everybody still dressed what they wore to the funeral. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show that for you. This is with Fox 5, Washington, D.C., Nolan Wells press conference. That's what they're calling it. And it's only 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay. I'm going to play it through the entirety of it. I was watching it. Let me start it over.
I wanted to ask you, what does honoring Nolan's legacy look like for your family moving forward? Are there any foundations, scholarships, community initiatives, or causes you hope people will support in his memory?
Absolutely. This is actually something my cousin Keezy and I have briefly discussed. But of course, with everything that's going on, we want things to kind of cool down a little bit. My husband and I, honestly, we have not fully processed this. We have not fully grieved Nolan, but that is the plan, is to come up with some foundation, just to honor him, but also to United Cajun Navy. Mm-hmm. Big help, boots on the ground almost immediately after I spoke with Josh Gill. So, you know, we have to remember those types of organizations in our communities and utilize them, but also give back to them. So that is our hope, that we'll be able to give as much as we've been given during this time.
Yeah.
Steve Smith with the Associated Press. Is there any update to the independent autopsy that you guys requested?
Sure. And just on that last question, very good question. Christine and Elmore and Cliff Jones and Lisa Park at office, they talk frequently, and that's one of the things she stressed at the funeral service. She wanted to celebrate his life and define what his legacy will be. So we look forward to working to define his legacy. Nobody else is going to define his legacy but the people who knew him best. Right. Yeah. As it relates to the independent autopsy.
Thank you for that. I understood what he said, and I'm glad to hear that. Nobody is going to define Nolan Wells' legacy but the people that knew him best, like his mother and his father. Thank the Lord, because people will try. Ooh, thank the Lord.
We are looking to have findings sooner rather than later. Obviously, you want stuff from the first autopsy because they had the body closer to time. We got the body almost 6 days later, Dr. Roger Mitchell. So there are limitations as to what he could do. So, you know, you do the best you can, but there are unanswered questions. So he's getting his report together. I believe it will be coming very soon. Yeah.
Let me take one. I'm gonna take three more. 1, 2, and come back to you.
Janelle Griffin with People Magazine. I also want to extend my condolences and to thank you for allowing the media to come. I know you didn't have to allow us to be here. I just had two small questions, both related to cell phones. One of the things that came out of your meeting with the local DA was that you agreed you would both analyze Nolan's phone. I wanted to know when that might take place. And the other was that at the end of the last press conference, you said that, Ben, you said you wanted everybody's cell phones looked at. So that, to me, that meant the other young men that were with Nolan that day. Did you communicate that to the DA, and what did she say? If so, have they analyzed their phones? Do they plan to?
I did communicate that to the district attorney. Whether they're going to do that, that's a question that you have to ask them. But we thought that it's only fair, if we're going to look at Nolan's phone, we should look at the other people who were with Nolan that day. Because, again,
I'm glad somebody brought that up, and I'm glad Attorney Ben Crump is saying that if you're going to look at Nolan's phone, look at the other 3 people that was with him. Look at their phone too. Not just Nolan, but look at the other 3 young men's phone too. Y'all not going to get away from this. Whether you had anything to do with it or not. No, y'all was part of this. Okay, he was with you. He supposed to came back with you. You go together, you come back together.
we just want equal justice. We think that if Nolan was on that boat, roles were reversed, they would look at his phone. And so That is going to be important. We have not established a time yet of when we're going to do the mutual inspection of the cell phone. We have to do some technical things. We're getting our experts together, working with phone companies and so forth. But we hope to do that sooner rather than later. This was a big first step.
I don't understand why those young men's phones haven't been confiscated. Oh Lord, I couldn't get that word out. I don't understand why they still have their phone. If it was reversed, Nolan's phone would have been taken long time ago. So why do they still have their phones? Oh Lord, don't get me to talking. Let me stay on course.
For the family getting through the day, so now we can get laser focused on all those things to finish this investigation.
Will Polson with WLOX. Ben, you had mentioned that it had been a couple of days, I think you had said 6 days since after the state's autopsy was done before you were able to get access to the body. I know whenever it first came out, it was being flown to DC and then autopsy planned for that Friday. Can you confirm when that autopsy was done?
They had weather issues, so I do think they got the body Friday night or Saturday morning around that time.
Was that the same day that the autopsy was?
I can't confirm that. I know they received the body, and I think they immediately went to it. Would be in the report the date they did the autopsy. Yes.
Miss Selena Charles, Purpose of the People. You guys are supposed to be having a rally on the 26th. Is that still going to occur?
Well, I think that was the community, people who are activists who we're very grateful, standing up, demanding a fair and impartial investigation. And we want to say thank you to all the community leaders and activists standing up saying, no, we want a timeline. We want transparency. We want them to check cell phones. We want everything that you would have done had it been your child. So that's what they're going to be talking about on the 26th.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, this is the press conference after Nolan Wells' funeral. They just had his funeral this morning, and this is a press conference after that. All right. I'm glad they're bringing up certain things. If it was your child, or if this was reversed, we want the same justice. If this was reversed, and Nolan was the one that came home and one of the white boys didn't make it home, it would be the same. Okay, it would be the same. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and look at the last video about it said hundreds gathered for Nolan Wells' funeral in Mississippi, but also they're going to talk about the incident report. That's what they should be talking about on this one as well. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. And this is what NBC News, this is showing 2 hours ago. I just started from, y'all know I'll be watching. So let me start it over. Okay, here we go.
Family and friends are paying tribute today to Nolan Wells.
Funeral services for the 18-year-old were held inside a Mississippi church today, his casket arriving ahead of his visitation earlier today. The services come 2 weeks after his body was found in the water near a popular barrier island following a 4th of July boat trip there with friends, and as the investigation into his death remains ongoing.
NBC News national correspondent Aaron Gilchrist joins us now from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Aaron, talk about how loved ones honored Nolan Wells today.
Such an outpouring of support, Kate and Christine, for Nolan's family here today. We saw the sanctuary here filled with hundreds of people, so many of them former teammates from the high school that Nolan went to, and current, the teammates that he played with in college were there as well. A busload of them came in from the community college that he went to, really just to stand with Nolan's family and to show their support for the family and really to embrace the memory of the person that they considered a brother. I do want you to hear from Nolan's parents. His father spoke about how much pride he had in his son and the young man that he was becoming, and his mother spoke about the light that he brought into every room that he entered.
In a world that can often feel dark, be like Nolan. Be the light that brightens the lives of those around you. Be the warmth for those who may be feeling the coldness of the world. Love deeply, protect fiercely, and welcome others with kindness.
And ladies, you also saw Reverend Al Sharpton and Ben Crump standing on either side of Nolan's parents as well. They spoke about still demanding justice and still demanding a thorough and fair investigation into his death.
Aaron, authorities have released the incident report in this case. What more are we learning from that, and where does the investigation go from here?
I'll tell you, oddly, the incident report that we were able to obtain from law enforcement over the weekend, we asked Ben Crump, the attorney, whether he had gotten the incident report. And this afternoon, he said that he had not received it. So we're trying to square that a little bit to see what information they've been able to get at this point. We do know from the sheriff that the investigation is still ongoing, and there are pieces that we know are still outstanding. We know that Nolan's phone has not been examined, despite the fact that both the attorney's teams and the law enforcement investigators were supposed to be looking at that phone together. We are waiting to get more information about when that might happen and when it can be included in the ultimate final report from the investigation. Ladies.
Aaron Gilchrist there for us. Thanks, Aaron.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay up.
Okay, guys. That is it. That's all I have for you. But I do want to say this. The funeral may mark the end of Nolan's physical journey. Now, we had the funeral today, and blessing go out to his family, and rest in peace, Nolan. But the funeral marks the end of Nolan's physical journey, but it does not mark the end of the fight for clarity. The press conference gave us posture. The incident report gave us structure, but neither gave us closure. There's no closure until his mother and his father, his family, found out exactly what happened to their son at the last moments of his life. And closure doesn't come from ceremonies. It comes from the truth. And there's a lot of people know the truth, but they're not saying. It comes from consistency. It comes from accountability. As more information surfaces, this case will continue to evolve, and so will the questions surrounding it. My commitment is that the same as it has been from the moment I started talking about the case and doing my commentary, which was earlier this week, because y'all know I've been out for a while, but I've still been following the case, although I wasn't reporting on it. But when I did start reporting on it, I've been reporting since. So my commitment is we'll follow the facts. We'll analyze the documents, and y'all know I'm big on documents, and we'll keep the conversation honest, and we'll keep it going in the name of Nolan Wells. I don't know why I want to say Rhines. Nolan Wells and his family, because Nolan Wells deserve it, his family deserve it, and the community deserve it. We deserve to know the truth. So if you're still holding on to information, think it's going to magically disappear or go away, or that you're going to get off scot-free, I'm sorry to tell you that is not happening. It's not going to happen. So I think you should go ahead and just tell what you know. Okay? So guys, we're going to continue this another time, and I'll keep bringing you more information on the case. And I do want to say thank you all. Thank you all for being here with me to cover this case. Thank you all for being here. And we're going to get to the truth. Don't, it's no problem. We're going to get to the truth. The truth will set you free. And for the ones that's not saying anything, think this is going to go away, the truth is going to set you free. Not free like you want to, but you're going to be set free of holding on to this information, whether you wanted to or not. All right, guys. Once again, thank you to the, I want to say prayers going up for his family, and rest in peace, Nolan. All right. Thank you, guys. You all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.